supine hamstring flossing. So we're going to use this drill or this exercise as a way to kind of tension our nervous system and our hamstrings to try to create a little bit of relieving of tension in the hamstring, in the hips, and maybe even into the lower back a little bit. So the supine position just means I'm going to go onto my back, and then I'm going to kind of play with my position, and this is going to depend on your mobility, so it's a little bit different from each person, but I'm trying to keep this left leg straight, and I'm going to pull my knee toward my chest. And what I'm going to do is I'm trying to keep my knee directly above my hip, and for now I'm trying to keep my foot in line with my knee. Now if you're somebody that just going into pure hip flexion like that, it's irritating, let your foot drift inside your knee, and that's going to create relative external rotation of the hip and put your hip in a more comfortable position. So again, just try to get in the most comfortable position to start, because we're trying to decrease some irritability with this drill. Hands behind the knee. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by simply straightening the knee and bringing my leg back down. Straightening the knee, bringing the leg back down. And a couple ways that I can progress this is I can come into more hip flexion. So when I go to straighten the knee, I'm creating more of a wrapping effect down at the hip. And I can keep kind of playing with that position. Now another way that I can progress it is if I kind of go back to that starting position is I'll straighten my knee and then I'll pull my toes down toward me on the floor. And that'll increase the intensity down and through the calf. And I'll come back to that bottom position. And then another way that I can increase the intensity is straightening the knee, pulling the toes, and then moving my head. When I pick my head up, what this is doing is creating a wrapping effect of my nervous system, and it's going to increase the load throughout the entire system. And then coming back to the ground. Obviously the most aggressive position is going to be all the way to your chest, driving the knees straight, pulling your toes, and then picking your head off the ground. We don't want to go in the most intense position. Usually what we'll do is we'll go through 3 sets, and we'll use the first set to be the least aggravating, and then we'll increase the intensity through each subsequent set. And what you should feel is that you're able to go into a position and have less tension on the back half of your body. So a good kind of test at the beginning is to get in this position, test to see what it feels like, and then try to recreate this position after the 3rd set and just see if any of the irritability or the tightness or the stiffness changes after you've done a couple sets. And all we're doing here is we're giving input into your nervous system, and we're trying to get it to relax a little bit so it's not so sensitized to those tissues on the back half of your body.